It started in Wales, up in the Langland Bay Hotel in the Mumbles. They had a big, huge ballroom, and they had an amplifier and a mic up there. And when I wasn't working, I'd go in the ballroom, there'd be nobody in there, and I'd switch the mic on and plug in the guitar. I had an electric guitar at the time, plug the guitar in, and I used to do some singing over there. And then all of a sudden, I had people coming in from the bars to listen. That's where it all started.
Documentary on it.
There you go.
Okay, cool guys, I'm back.
Yeah, well,
Thank you very much.
Has just come to help.
Yeah. I don't have Google, I have a Caroline.
well, yeah, do you remember the mermaids?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all closed. I think all the best pubs we had, they're all gone. The Osborne Hotel is gone.
Yeah.
That's gone.
What's the one? Oh God, what was the one kind of like halfway up in the middle of Mumbles there?
You want to talk about Newton, the Rock and Fountain?
That's what. Yeah.
Rock and Fountain and the Newton Inn. The Rock's gone. The Rock and Fountain's gone as well.
Yeah, Rock's gone. The Newton's still there. That's still open.
Yeah.
No, another glass of milk. Down here, what they've done, they seem to have closed the pubs on the outskirts of the main centre of Newquay, and they've brought everything into the middle of Newquay, so that the police can keep an eye on everything easily.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
Wine Street here.
Well, Dave, you know the King's Head?
Yeah.
Well, that's gone. That's all flats, and they've moved everything into the middle of Newquay, really. So Newquay town centre is quite lively.
Central still, was it?
Central's still there, mate. Yeah.
They turned the banks into pubs, did they?
Yeah.
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 That's what they did here with Wine Street, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've got we don't have any banks in Newquay at all.
What?
We don't have any banks at all in Newquay.
God, not even one.
No.
Wow.
No, nothing in no banks in Newquay.
Come to think of it, that there's only one in Mumbles, isn't it? And that's kind of part time. Barclays, because
yeah.
Isn't that down on the corner down there or something, if I remember rightly?
Yeah. As you're coming down Newton Road, just before you get to the White Rose on the right, it used to be on the left-hand side of Newton Road before you come to the main road there. But they only open certain days now. I think they don't open Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and they shut at 2:00. Yeah.
Yeah, the Midland is now Greg's, isn't it?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
There used to be a Lloyd's on that road as well, didn't there?
Yeah, but that's closed now.
That's gone, yeah.
That's maybe next door to the fish cake and ale place now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there was a place opposite the entrance to Nuts. Remember that cake and ale, like a coffee shop cum pub, which did really well for a couple of years. Even survived well through lockdown to a degree. And then I think they got a bit ambitious and started to plan for one across the road, which was a sort of a fish and chip shop with beer. So they called that one Fish Cake and Ale. But before they opened that one, I think they were having problems in the initial one, and they shut that down, and it's been empty since,
Yeah.
And the Castle Bay, you remember, you ever go to the Castle Bay booking?
Yeah, Castle Bay, yeah. Know it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeff
that's gone. It's all flats now.
Oh, that's
rebuilt.
That's happening here all over the place.
Yeah.
The road that goes up to Fisherell is all apartments.
Mm.
And there's a couple of houses up there, but they won't be there long because they know how much they're worth, and they're just sitting waiting for the builders to offer them shed loads of money. It's just gone stupid. In Newquay, building is They close down hotels, knock them down, and then build a load of apartments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they did to Langland Bay, wasn't it? They just drove a bulldozer into the front of it and said it was storm damage, so they knocked it all down and built flats.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Is that place which used to be something to do with the steelworks or something next door?
Yeah, the convalescent home, yeah.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
That's
Is
flats,
that still there?
The convalescent home
flats.
is still there.
But that's luxury flats now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, right.
Somebody went in there and did a total job on it. So the building looks the same from the outside.
Yeah.
They gutted the inside, and it's all luxury apartments, you know.
God. Yeah.
In fact, Paul kind of lives in one, doesn't he, Dave?
Yeah, he's got
Paul
one.
Henry.
Yeah,
All right.
but what about the Tolkien Hotel and those? They pulled all them down. Did they ever build anything there?
Yeah, there's one is a Premier Inn.
Oh, right.
One's a Premier Inn. Caroline, what's in where the Tolkien Hotel used to be? Or are they still building it?
Premier Inn, isn't it?
Oh, in that case, what's next door to the Premier Inn?
You just pop down and have a look now.
You got, I think Tolkien Hotel, Dave, is turned into the Premier Inn.
Yeah.
Right.
Bella Vista is flats.
Bella Vista, what was there?
Yeah, further up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's turned into flats, apartments.
Bristol still there?
Bristol's there for a minute.
Oh.
Is that the one at Great? What's the one on top of Great Western?
Great Western Hotel.
Great Western Hotel. That's.
Yeah, well, that's still a hotel.
All right.
Yeah, that's still a hotel. I was living there for quite a few years, but yeah, that's still a hotel.
Freezing and sparky.
Say again.
Frozen Sam. He's in a moment of meditation.
Yeah.
A lot of hotels are just being knocked down and rebuilt. There's a lot of those on Cliff Road overlooking Tolkien Beach had concrete cancer in them, Dave.
Oh, is that what? Well, because when last time I came down, there were holes. There were just holes there, where they
yeah. No, all those holes have slowly been filled now. We're
it's a marina, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Further down, and then I don't know what the one at the end.
There's a couple there. I think the Bereford's still there because the people who own the Bereford and a couple more there all went bankrupt. It was owned by a coach company.
Oh, right.
And the coach company went bankrupt, and then everything went stale. And then eventually somebody bought the coach company, which enhanced and bought the bloody hotels that went with it. Yeah. And they're up and fired up again now. Right. But I don't think it'll be long before they're all knocked down and everything is,
it's really funny, like Newquay, it was always like town, wasn't it, But it's gone the same way as Mumbles has gone as well, isn't it?
I think Newquay's gone more so than Mumbles.
Oh, yeah.
Mumbles has always been behind Newquay.
Yeah.
Even in the surf scene. It was a case of
for sure.
Mumbles was always like 6 or 7 years behind Newquay, without a doubt,
Mm.
But if where the Antelope is, what have they knocked it all down and built apartments there?
It's like a bombed out ruin.
No, but the places either side of it gone.
I think it used to be Dick Barton's, didn't it? Next to their long ass.
The road went up. It was
Thistlebull.
The road that went up to the Apple.
Oh, that road up there. There's
that's Thistlebull, isn't it?
Well, that's where there's flats. Most of the place has been turned into flats.
Yeah.
All the fishing
That
cottages
strip.
been sold, haven't they?
Yeah. George,
But,
George is still there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
What's
pilot.
George is there, and the pilot. They're the two at that end.
well, we've only now found out in the last couple of days that the hotels down here, the Beresford Hotel, I believe, is filled up with clandestines that come over from France across the channel.
Oh, right, yeah.
Right. And also, Sandy Lodge?
Yeah.
Sandy Lodge is filled up with bloody clandestines as well. And all of a sudden, we didn't, and nobody in Newquay knew about it. The government put them all down here, and all of a sudden, something's come out, and there's all hell up down here now.
Well, your washing's going missing off the line, is it?
Well, not yet. They've only now got here, apparently. But apparently, you can go across the front of the hotels, and they're all in the front of the hotels, sitting down at tables, eating their breakfast and everything. Because they obviously they also
they're on holiday. They've come to
they get money as well.
Yeah.
I lost you all then for 5 minutes, and you were all frozen, and I'm the only one moving. But I figured
no, it was the other way around for us.
Yeah.
You were the only one frozen.
Yeah, so I've come out to into the back of the house where my internet connection is. But talking about hotels in Newquay, when we came down for that reunion, whatever it was ago, that big one, I remember the night before we came out, because I'd come down in the van, and when we got to about Exeter, the van had broken down, and I had to leave it somewhere. I had a courtesy vehicle to get us down to Newquay because the van was equipped for sleeping in. So we stayed the night in a really weird little B&B hotel as you're coming into Newquay with the sea on your right hand side, and there was a load of B&Bs on the left, and this one was really freaky. I mean, we didn't know, but it was all geared around wolves.
Yeah.
It was called something like the Wolf Castle, or
it's I think it's still there. Is that Wolf place still there, Caroline? Yeah, the place where Harry Tony used to come down and stay. It's got pictures of wolves.
I don't think so. No, I think they sold up.
Caroline reckons that they might have sold up.
All right, but inside it was all wolf and sort of paraphernalia to do with the kind of occulty,
I know exactly the place.
Yeah.
Tomorrow morning, I might take a cruise past there on the way to work.
Have a look. Yeah. Oh, funny thing is, talking of wolves, I was down the beach the other day, and there was a huge tree washed up, and it'd been there for quite a while. And then I noticed a lot of the branches were missing off it. And then there was this guy there, and he was actually cutting bits off it. He reckoned it was oak, and it burnt quite well in a wood burner. So he was with his bow saw hacking off bits off it, and in the end, he'd taken all he wanted, and the stump then was just sitting there, still really big, about 15 foot long, really chunky. And if you
got a bit of money
from one angle, I took a couple of photographs of it. And I put a post up on my page to say, does anybody recognize this old sea dog? Because it kind of looks like an animal. And a couple of people came back. Yeah, and somebody else came up with a name. And I thought, oh, that'd be a good name for a band. And he said, what was it now? Driftwolf, which is Driftwolf. Somebody else said it was a lumberjack Russell.
Yeah. If that was on the beach down here, 15 foot long, somebody would have been down there with a goddamn truck and half-inched it.
Yeah, I mean,
because the council wouldn't have stayed there; it would have gone. Yeah,
the council just don't seem to sort of. I'm not sure there's a technical thing. Oh, it's out of our remit because it's below the water.
Below the mean high water.
Yeah. We're a load of pirates down here, though.
Yeah.
I
I love that. Yeah.
OR.
Yeah, mine too. Still there. Yeah. Oh yeah, here's that piece of paper with.
Paul could be up tomorrow with his truck.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know. I don't have a truck anymore, Dave.
Don't you? Oh, that's no.
No, I sold it.
What are you driving now?
You don't want to know.
Oh, okay.
A tuk-tuk.
I've got a few.
Yeah.
A few.
Or they work in progress.
No, I think I've got 13 cars.
Oh, bloody hell!
You obviously got a bit of space to keep them then.
Yeah. I actually drive. I drive a C7.
What's that?
It's a 7th generation Corvette Stingray.
All right.
Wow. Yeah, nice.
Oh,
that's lovely. Bit thirsty on juice, is it?
It's only 6.2.
only 6.2.
Yeah.
Well, that's the engine size, or what you get to the miles to gallon?
No. It's well, when I bought it, it only done 3,000 miles.
All right.
So if you drive it steady, it closes half the engine down. Right. So I get 32 gallon out of it.
Oh, that's all right.
Oh,
it's cool. Yeah.
What is your flat 6? Is it?
No, V8.
A V8. Oh.
Yeah. I put my foot down, it goes down to 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I got a few.
Well, you can't resist one when you see one come up. You think, oh, that'll be nice.
I don't know. Caroline keeps chatting at me. I've got to sell something. It's no good.
Got to sell something before you buy something else. Yeah.
A bit like guitars.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I remember one time.
A bit like people with guitars, you know.
Yeah, I was just saying that. Yeah, I remember.
You don't want to know.
I had about 15 guitars at one time, and he couldn't move in the house. He couldn't move for guitar cases and guitars everywhere, you know. So I thought, well, fuck, I only need 3 guitars, really. So I sold them all.
Yeah.
Sold a 79 or 89 Strat, American Strat. Oh, I was gutted, but I had to sell it, you know.
Yeah. Do you still play your Ovation on gigs, Porky?
Yeah, I've got 30 guitars.
Oh yeah,
man.
Yeah, but no, my Ovation is that's a stunning bit of kit.
That's your workhorse, you know.
Yeah, it's a stunning. Yeah, I've got. I go out with the Invasion and a Taylor, and then I've also got a bloody Rickenbacker I take with me sometimes.
All right. What is that? A solid Rickenbacker?
Yeah.
Was it? I always think of Pete Townsend, the Rickenbacker. That sort of curved, you know, of the bridge, like, you know, because when they came out, there was nothing else that shape, was it?
They call it the Wave.
That's it. Yeah.
They call it the Wave.
Yeah.
But they're all 12 strings.
All right.
I've still got that Giannini 12 string I bought from the guitar shop in Swansea up the top of that little hill.
Picked them out. Oh, John Hams.
There used to go up a hill and there'd be a guitar shop right in front of it.
Yeah, John Hams. Yeah.
John Hams.
Yeah, well, I've still got the bloody Giannini 12 string I bought from there.
Yeah, because that was run by the brother of the guy from Badfinger who killed himself when they were flying, you know.
Really?
So, Peter Ham. Yeah. The Badfinger, the band, they just got a great deal with the Beatles record label, and they were doing really well in America and everything. And then they had a management sort of duff deal, which left them with no funds. And in theory, it looked like they were on a roll. George Harrison had taken them under his wing and everything, you know. But Pete Ham was the main songwriter of the band when they were going through. And I remember it was about 1974. because I was working in Kilroy's, the first burger bar, and John Ham, the guy who ran that shop, he came in not long after Peter had, killed himself. Yeah, because that shop was run by by Pete's brother John Ham. He was a real jazzer.
Didn't he co-write Living Without You?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that was his big number. Yeah, when a big hit then by Nielsen, and then Mariah Carey covered it and everything. Yeah, that was a Badfinger song.
And the other Badfinger song, if you want it, here it is, come and get it.
Yeah, that's the bad.
Here it is, come and get it. You better get
it. No matter what, no matter what you do, I will always be with you. Yeah. One of them was a Paul McCartney song, which I think he handed to them. They might have been "Come and Get It," or "No Matter What." One of them, But they became really big in the States, and up until about 4 years ago, there was one of their tracks off an album was on a really popular American TV drama. Is it Breaking Bad? And that piece of music was part and parcel of it, and it became #1 for a couple of months, even though all the members of the band had passed away. Because there's only one left now, Joey Molan.
Whoever gets the royalties for that must be ringing.
Oh yeah, because it went pear-shaped before they died. Right, I'm going to leg it now. There's a documentary on BBC Two all about Covent Garden and the street stuff going on there. So I want to see if there's anything I can identify with. So I'm gonna slope off now. Right. Cheers, Dave. So next week we'll do again.
Yeah, take it easy, Sam.
Yeah, cheers, Porky. Good to see you.
Yeah, and you, mate.
Cheers, Sam.
Hello.
Right.
Yeah, you finished?
No, nearly.
So did you work for Bilbo, Porky? Did you work with Dave and Bilbo, or what? You worked together?
Yeah.
That must have been fun.
Yeah.
It was good old days.
Yeah.
Good old days.
We're the only two left, aren't we?
No, do you remember Terry McElwain?
Yeah.
He's still alive.
All right.
He keeps bloody. If I remember rightly, he did a bit of glassing, didn't he?
Yeah, only a little bit though, didn't he?
That's what I bloody thought. Yeah, because he was a pain in the ass, if I remember rightly.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to punch everybody or something like that.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, I went to Brits with him and Mac and.
That's right. Yeah.
Stanley Jones. The four of us went down.
Yeah. Well, Terry got hold of me the other day.
Oh, right.
And he lives in Exeter now, apparently.
Oh, right.
Yeah, as long as he stays up there, everybody.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, he'd do well with that. No, he was trouble, wasn't he?
Yeah. Without a doubt.